Have you ever just walked into your house and felt like it's trying to tell you something? Well, today we're going to learn how to actually listen. We're diving into an ancient energy blueprint. It's called the Bagua Map, and it's going to help us decode all the secret messages hidden inside your living space.
Just let that sink in for a second. The idea here is that our living space is a direct physical reflection of what's going on inside of us. You know, the clutter, the wide open spaces, even that leaky faucet you've been meaning to fix. It all means something. And today, we're going to learn how to read that map.
Okay, let's get right into it. To read this map of ours, we need a kind of decoder ring, right? And in the world of Feng Shui, that tool is the Bagua. So what is it exactly?
So, the Bagua isn't some new wellness trend that just popped up. Nope. Its history goes back something like 3,000 years to the I Ching, also known as the Book of Changes. It's this ancient, profound system for understanding life's big patterns. And in Feng Shui, we use it to see how different parts of our home connect directly to specific areas of our life. It's pretty incredible.
And here they are, the life areas themselves. The Bagua basically organizes any space into these 8 key categories, plus a center area that's all about health and feeling grounded. I mean, we've got the whole shebang here, from your wealth and abundance to your relationships, your career, and even your fame and reputation. Every single one has a designated spot on the map, which means it has a spot in your home.
So before we can find these spots in our own homes, we have to figure out how to orient the map itself. And there are really 2 main schools of thought on how to do this. All right, you've got 2 main approaches. The traditional compass school, well, it uses a literal compass to align the map to magnetic north. It's super precise. But for our purposes, we're going to use the modern form school, which is just so much more intuitive. It aligns the map based on where your front door is, and we're picking this one because, honestly, it's perfect for beginners, and you can start using it right now, no special tools needed. All right, this is where it gets really fun. Let's walk through step by step exactly how to take this energy grid and overlay it right on top of your own home's floor plan. It's really just a simple 4-step process. First, sketch out a basic floor plan of your home. Seriously, it does not need to be perfect. Second, find your main front door. In Feng Shui, this is called the mouth of Qi. It's where all that life energy comes into your home. Third, you're going to draw a simple tic-tac-toe, a 3x3 grid over that whole floor plan. And finally, and this is the most important part, you align that grid so the wall with your front door is along the bottom edge. That bottom row will always be where you find knowledge, career, and helpful people.
So, your map is all laid out. Now the real detective work can begin. We can actually start to read the clues. Let's look at a couple of key areas just to see how this whole thing works in the real world.
Let's start with a really popular one, the wealth area. Using our modern mapping method, it's super easy to find. If you're standing at your front door looking into your home, this area will always be in the far left corner. And this just perfectly illustrates the whole concept. Go look, what do you physically have in that corner? If you see healthy plants or symbols of abundance, that's thought to support your financial flow. But what if that corner is filled with clutter, or a trash can, or broken items? Well, that can represent blocks to your prosperity. See? The physical state of the area reflects the energetic state of your finances. Okay, now let's jump to another powerful area to build out the picture. On the total opposite side of your home, in the far right corner from your front door, that's where you'll find your relationship area. So what's going on in that corner? Ideally, you'd want to see things in pairs, 2 candles, 2 chairs, to really symbolize partnership. But if that area is dominated by, say, a single lonely chair, or a photo of just you by yourself, or just feels cold and forgotten, it could be giving you some incredible insight into the current state of your partnerships, and not just romantic ones either. Now, I know what some of you are thinking, because it's a great question. What about L-shaped homes or apartments with weird layouts? What happens when one of these Bagua areas seems to be literally missing from your floor plan? A missing area basically suggests that the energy for that part of your life might be a bit weakened or challenged. But don't worry, it is a super common issue. And the traditional fix is actually pretty simple. You place a mirror on the wall that borders that missing space. This symbolically completes the area, visually expanding the room and helping to pull that energy back in. So, here's the bottom line. You now have all the tools you need to become a detective in your own home. You can actually perform your own energy diagnosis. So here is your call to action. I want you to take a few minutes today, draw your layout, and overlay that Bagua grid. Then, physically walk to each of the 8 areas. Don't judge anything, just observe. Ask yourself, what is actually here? Is it junk or is it something I truly love? Does this space feel energized or does it feel totally stagnant? The answers you find, well, that's your diagnosis.
Ultimately, this whole thing isn't about superstition. It's about mindfulness. It's about paying attention to your environment and recognizing the deep, profound connection it has to your life. Your home is telling you a story about your wealth, your relationships, your career, everything. The only question left is, are you ready to listen?